One of the ways that people criticize young people is that they're always on their phones, yet we're the most connected generation in the world.
Old people also said 20 years ago, what are cell phones? They also can't get enough of it. My mom loves Pinterest.
There is a misconception that young people in Africa are disinterested and not motivated enough. I think very differently.
People say we wake up too late. I work in all the different time zones of the world, so I need to be out late.
We come from a generation that's very techno-savvy. We're always wanting to learn more.
Change is inevitable, and I think embracing the change will make for a smooth transition. It's going to create an interesting generation of kids that didn't play outside.
The attitude of young people on the continent is creating jobs for ourselves other than waiting for somebody to do something for us. My name is Zamaphakathi. I'm 23 years old and I exhibit art in a shipping container.
My name is Tadiso Dua. I'm 25 years old and I own my own clothing brand. I made my first million when I was 24.
My name is Tata Khatlayan. I'm 22 years old.
I'm Ryan Guane. I'm 22.
And I'm a co-founder of a green empire known as
the Retaka, and we make
repurposed school bags.
We are Ganja Beats.
We produce Casper Nyovest award-winning album.
I'm 28 years old. I'm the owner of iFix, the largest out-of-warranty service center for Apple and Samsung products in South Africa.
My name is Lebogang Parker. I'm 23. I own a soccer team.
My name is Gareth Pon. I'm 28 and I have over 230,000 Instagram followers.
I'm Fatima.
And I'm Zainab, and we're from Chili Chocolate Chefs.
My name is Mose Adams. I'm 24 years old. S's #1 skater, and I skateboard for a living.
I'm Roxy. I'm 27 years old. I won MasterChef 2014, and I own my own cafe called Spoonful.
I started it in 2007, grew organically out of my dorm room from Wilgenhof, Stellenbosch. My iPod broke back in the day, before the days of iPhones even. I couldn't have it fixed. I had music on there I didn't want to lose. I took it to the official store. They told me to chuck it. I didn't believe in chucking stuff. Went online, went on YouTube, eBay, bought parts, fixed it. And then a friend's broke, did the same, and a friend's broke, did the same. Before we knew it, we had a little business, yeah. My parents, I don't think they know what I'm doing. My mom phoned me the other day, and I was overseas. She had broken her iPhone, and she phoned the store, and she was like, well, my son's overseas, who's going to fix the iPhone? But they're cute, they're old, so they're adorable. I love them, yeah.
When I started my soccer team, it was actually inspired by a movie. I was watching Samuel L. Jackson's movie where he coaches a basketball team. That same day, it so happened that when I was at the shop, I saw this young kid smoking there. He looked about 11 and he's smoking. So I was thinking, if this kid had something to do and a dream to follow, surely he wouldn't be here. So that's when I decided to start my own team.
Sarah! Masara!
The township doesn't celebrate a young man making it in life because the township is a gang kind of place where we have to be in gangs, and usually the gang leader is a failure in life. And imagine having to follow that guy in life. So I'm trying to change that mentality.
Our company is called Retaka, and the initiative is called Repurposed School Bag, and that's the first initiative out of the company. It started originally as like a school assignment, and it was like totally a bag made out of plastic bags that was like really random.
From a cool idea, we then decided to make it a business, and monetize it. So we got funding from the SAB Foundation. In the townships that we cater to, the learners don't have electricity, they don't have school bags, so they carry their books in plastic bags.
And the whole purpose behind it is so that a child can actually be able to study after dark. So it extends a child's ability to learn, even without, using harmful things such as like kerosene or candles. So it really targets a child that, doesn't have much, but with a bag, it does more for them.
I design every day. Caps, t-shirts. I used to go to school in the township, so there was no access to the world. Like for a young person, the only thing maybe you'd aspire to is maybe being a gangster or playing soccer. I started my t-shirt brand in high school. I dropped out of varsity in 2012. I don't know, school got very depressing. I basically couldn't breathe in school. I wasn't happy at all. One of my friends started believing in the brand, so that's when he invested. That's when Galaxpo was born.
The idea of Stop Sign Art Gallery came to me in 2012. I started getting portfolios from different artists who wanted to be a part of the residency that I was working for. Most of the portfolios that I had were upcoming artists who are not known. With big galleries, you need to be a brand, basically. So if I'm coming out of school, I don't have any experience. I'm looking for experience. Stop Sign Art Gallery does the opposite of what galleries do. I decided to open an art gallery that will give young people opportunities to showcase their work. I move around and I pop up in this container. The whole idea is using alternative ways to present art.
I'm not from a very wealthy family. I became completely independent from the age of 18. I always had that love for food, but I didn't think of it as a career as such. I mean, straight after school, I did start working at other little jobs. I was a waitress at Teasers, actually. But I was fully clothed, so. I used to be a train driver assistant for Transnet. I worked with them for 4 years. I entered MasterChef to try and change my life, but I lacked in a lot of confidence. Even going through the competition and passing boot camp, I still didn't think I was good enough until I kind of had that aha moment and I was like, I can actually do this. Win or lose, I was still going to try and change my life no matter what, because I could not go back to the trains. Throughout my whole life, the only thing that was always constant was food.
Well, Gunja Beats is a record label, production house.
We just got together when he finished school and then we started the company. And we're like, okay, this is our passion, this is what we're gonna do, and we haven't left it since 2010, yeah.
People always record label, what are you doing, what do you want to do this for? But the thing is, at first it was a passion of ours.
We jumped in just not knowing anything, and we had to learn everything on our own. So we've had a lot of ups and downs.
A lot of learning.
It's at first when we started the record label, we thought, okay, cool, we'd sign an artist or two. But
our name wasn't out there enough, so we did a couple tracks with people, but then it just didn't get out there enough, you know? So we said after that, we learned we couldn't sign people yet.
When I started up, I just started using Instagram for fun, another way to express creativity. It then developed into building the Johannesburg community, and then that developed into founding the South African communities. Shortly after that, Instagram started taking note of what was happening. They started featuring me on their blog. They started putting me on what they call the suggested users list. And then off the back of that, a lot of international blogs started putting me on lists of top Instagrammers to follow in the world. I definitely think it's helped me own Johannesburg more. Before Instagram, to be honest, I wouldn't find myself dead on the streets. I love Joburg. I love the grit, the beauty it offers. I love how it's given us a lot of history that almost needs to be rediscovered. The moment you post a photo purely for likes or comments, your profile doesn't belong to you anymore. You sell out to the platform the moment you do that. So it needs to be communicated in a way where people can relate to it in some sort of way. So that's something that I always encourage, is always creative expression first, and then likes, and then engagement. I feel like being genuine is probably the most important thing on the platform. I've got 235,000 Instagram followers.
We're chili chocolate chefs. We two sisters.
She's still the chili though, I'm the chocolate.
We cook, we do lots of outdoor parties, we do lots of different caterings, birthday parties.
We love feeding people. Seeing happy people inspires us to grow more and make them more happy with different ideas all the time.
We come from Durban, so we like to bring in the flavors that we've grown up with in Durban. We're not all about spicy food, we're about flavorsome food. Lots of interesting flavors, but not hot and spicy. The reason we decided to go on our own was because we were working in a restaurant, so we were working full-time jobs, then coming home and still doing the odd catering for our family and friends, and then it got too much.
I then realized I could never work for anyone else, because you get to make the decisions on your own, and then you sort of grow as a person as well, because you're training staff as well.
Started skating on the age of 9, and then since then I just didn't stop, just kept on going. I have an older brother. He started skating before me, and I saw him skating and I was like, I want to do this. He started giving me his old boards, his old trucks, and then after school I used to skate every day. When you're on your board, you just feel completely free, like no one can stop you. You just feel like you're in one with your board. It's unexplainable, really. What I love about skating is just the friends that's always there. Like when someone lands like something hectic, everyone's like, wow, and it amps you up, so you also want to land something. The first time you ever flip a board and you land, it's like the best feeling ever. It's like you win the lotto, that's how it feels. Oh, when I told my parents I wanted to be a skater, they were like, how are you gonna like look after yourself? How are you gonna get a job, or like you need to work in order to make money? When I came home with my first paycheck, they were like so shocked. My dad started like smiling, mom started laughing.
The workload is a lot.
So you are the boss of everything.
The thing about being an entrepreneur, you don't really ever switch off.
Always have your eye on the prize.
July 19th, that's when the store officially opened. On that day, we probably sold out our stock. This is our only shop in Pretoria. We also sell our stuff in Braamfontein, Cape Town, Namibia, Botswana, the States, Netherlands, and England. We have a few celebrity friends who support our clothing. Casper Nyovest, Deleuze, Kulichana, DJ Fistas, DJ Dimples, my best friend Anati, Tiwo Touch. I've never had a boss, I've never applied for a job, I've never had a CV. I love having a brand, even though the workload is a lot, but I don't feel it, because it's like I'm doing this from the heart.
I believe in myself to a point where at times I think I believe in myself too much. I trust myself too much. When I tell myself that this is where we're going, that is basically exactly where we're going. Container was previously in Maboneng and now it's in Newtown. It's going to be in Braamfontein soon. I'm expanding the business by taking it to Melville, so we're going to have a permanent space. I would say the art drives me. I love art and I appreciate art so much. Like, for me, art is everything.
They call us dreamers, but we actually never even sleep. We're working really hectic hours. We've managed to employ a total of 10 people so far, and currently we're actually looking to hire a further staff of 12, because you're always on, you are everything. You are the brand manager, the operational manager, the financial manager, the go-to
brand
person,
ambassador,
the I need tea and coffee manager. So you are the boss of everything.
So we manufacture the bags and then we find a corporate who can sponsor the bags on behalf of the learners. Once we produce the bags, we have a huge ceremony where we invite the corporate community members' parents to witness the handover of the bags.
For 250, each child receives a repurposed school bag, which comes with a solar panel fitted onto it, and it also comes with reflective material, as well as, at the end of the day, dignity. That's what it's all about.
The things that I learned from soccer that applied in life. Having heart, not giving up even when it feels tough, because that's how life is. If you push on, you'll make it. If you don't, you fail. Doesn't matter if you're 99% there. If you don't make it, it doesn't count. You ready? Yes. We win? Yes. You sure? Yes. Let's go. My dream, basically, with Midrand Rovers is I plan to produce a certain breed of players. I want a brand of football so beautiful that just watching it will mesmerize you. The ultimate plan is to get to the pinnacle of football in South Africa, which is the PSL.
I don't come from a wealthy family. My dad's a minister. I've received VC funding, and I think you can only bootstrap it to a certain point, and at some point you do need to take funding. But I mean, my advice for guys out there, just try and keep it bootstrapped as long as possible. Because the moment you get investors involved, they like having a say. So I worked in London as a security guard. I had a boss and I hated it. I think if you're in that position, you can do it for yourself, do. The thing about being an entrepreneur, you don't really ever switch off. I don't see it as work. Most of the time, I'm thinking about how I can make things better. We've got 12 stores throughout the country. It is a multi-million-dollar company. I want to challenge myself, and I want to continue doing cool things. And the moment I can't do that, then I'll step away.
When I'm in the kitchen, I'm at my happiest. I'd prefer a night in, baking or cooking, than going out partying. It's who I am. So I'm opening a cafe really, really soon, and it's going to be called Spoonful Eatery. And the spot is very quirky and creative, and I really feel it suits me and my personality, because I'm not normal. I'm cooking my way through life spoonful by spoonful.
So we just started making beats, putting out free tracks, free mixtapes.
Started working with Casper Nyovest, and I think that's when things really took off for us. We've been working on his album since 2010, and it dropped last year, 2014. And it's like an award-winning album. You got to put in those hours.
He started bringing in artists to feature on tracks, so we got to start meeting these artists.
Like bigger artists, like guys that we looked up to, like Double HP, Pro Kid, AKA, he brought AKA.
Yeah.
Our goals were like to be the best producers in the country, and we actually got that award last year, South African Hip Hop Award, Best Producer of the Year. Now it's like, okay, can we be the best producers in Africa?
Basically, it's always been our dream to have our very own cookbook, and last year we launched our first book called Entertain. So what we did was we accumulated all those recipes, our favorite recipes, into this compilation.
The key thing to our success, I think, is just a lot of hard work and being patient. Nothing comes quickly, you got to be at it.
While chasing our passion, we, by the way, getting paid for it and making money.
It takes time, but you will get there.
I skated my first comp in Kanawa, Boogaloo. I was about 12, 11, and then I won it, and I was like so proud of myself. First time I went overseas, I went to LA. For my first comp, it was called Dam Am. I was 16 years old, yeah. When you skate contests, you do feel nervous because everyone wants the same thing you want. It's anyone's game, really. I'm sponsored by DC, Red Bull, and Oakley sunglasses. The feeling also like when you're flipping in the air, like it's already in your mind what you're going to do. One mistake can hurt yourself very bad. So you have to believe in yourself, to trust yourself to do that. You know, it's hard work, but at the same time, it's also fun. If you believe in something, like anything's possible. The future for me is like I really want to have my own board, my own shop, have a skate plaza next to it.
So Instagram is being used by a lot of brands all over the world to tell their stories. Almost like selling products in a very non-traditional way, but in a way that people can affiliate themselves with the brand in a more emotional way. I've done work with Nike Global, Absolute Vodka, South African breweries, South African tourism, Puma South Africa, Adidas. So it's a mix of people who sell shoes with people who sell beaches.
I just feel it's important for us as young Africans to invest our time and give up our time to make sure we inspire other Africans to do great things with themselves.
At the end of the day, we can do anything. Yeah. And I think that's what makes it even more exciting to choose something that has a purpose, because I think through the little things that we do, we are actually making a dent in the world at the age of 22.
When I grew up, I didn't have a lot. My mom didn't have much money, or my dad. So actually now it feels like to see someone that doesn't have that. My old boards I give away to kids, and then my shoes as well, my old shoes. Like that's not torn or doesn't have holes in, I just give it away to kids.
If the fundamental reason you're doing anything is money, stop, turn around and try again.
The goal must be the brand and the money will just come.
I feel like passion will always be the path that takes you where you're meant to be.
Traditionally, you would finish school, go to uni, get a job, and be unhappy and die. And that whole model has been changed on its head. Take that uni money, go overseas, go learn things, go online, teach yourself a skill. That'll lead to either a business or to a venture or to you feeling fulfilled.
When you're at a point in your life where you're really not happy with what you're doing, I think you have to just kind of take baby steps and kind of figure out what is it that you love, what is it you're really, really passionate about.
And then hustle. That's it.
And be motivated. You know, you can't lose hope if something just goes wrong once or twice.
The 9 to 5, the white picket fence, the happy paycheck and all of that doesn't take priority anymore. I feel like it's more about happiness. I feel like it's more about being able to find something you can fall in love with and commit your life to. No matter what you're doing, if you feel your heart's in it, then that's where you should be going.